Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to another episode of our F1 Manager Challenge Mode, complete with a brand new microphone. Woo! It arrived today, got it all plugged in. I'm still playing about with it, so if the volume settings aren't quite right, please do let me know in the chat. I will make adjustments as we go. I'm still getting used to this one. This one actually has a gain on it, whereas the other one was just a basic microphone with no features whatsoever. So yeah, do let me know if I need to make any changes as we go. But cracking on, we are here with challenge mode for race 8 at Baku on the back of a heartbreaking result at Monaco, where we were on for our best finish of the season, and then we ran out of fuel right before the line with both cars. I was gutted. Absolutely gutted. However, I am actually feeling a little bit inspired. Well, not necessarily inspired, but I'm certainly feeling a bit more confident coming into Baku because of the pace that we could kind of generate around Monaco. This circuit, I think, actually might suit us a little bit better. So if we take a look at circuit info, let's go to Monaco. There you can see there was a mixture. There was some low speed, there was some medium speed, there was some high speed. There's actually quite a few high speed corners in there, which is surprising for a circuit that's pretty slow. However, that's our strength in our car is our low speed cornering. And if we go to Baku, look how much low speed cornering we have. It's almost all low speed cornering. There's just one medium and one high speed corner. Everything else is kind of suited for us. So if we take a look at our car performance, you can see there we have good low speed cornering speed. Dirty air performance needs some work, but in terms of general speed through the corners, it's looking pretty good. So I'm feeling a little bit more confident going into today's race. Let's see, we've got Jeremy and Patkins in the chat. Good to see you guys. Let's take a look at our drivers. Do we have any points to allocate to them? We do for Nico, but we don't care about Nico. We've got no points for our staff. We've got 1 day to go to the Grand Prix. I think, if I remember rightly, I put all the new parts on the car. Let's have a look. We've got 4 chassis, 5 front wings, 5 rear wings, 4 side pods, 4 of the new underfloors, 4 of the new suspensions. So let's just check. Yep, underfloor's on. Suspension's on. Okay, that all looks pretty good. The next part is due in just over a week. So that'll be the new side pods. Are we going to get those before? We're going to get those day of the Grand Prix for Barcelona. No, Canada. We've already done Barcelona, haven't we? So, yeah, we'll get those day of the Grand Prix. That's pretty good. And then the other stuff, you can see there, we'll get the front wing dropping for Silverstone and the rear wing dropping for Austria on the day of the Grand Prix. So, need to make sure we keep a little bit of money back for some emergency manufacturing when that happens. But otherwise, we're all looking pretty good, I think. Evening, Anthony. Good to see you. So, let's just accelerate the calendar. There we go. Into race prep. Do I want to set performance targets? Well, we still don't have enough pace, I don't think, for qualifying in the top 15. But I do think we can at least get one of our cars in the top 15. So we'll go for that again. We almost had this in Monaco, and then we ran out of fuel. Less we say about that, the better. But yeah, we should hopefully have good pace here, I think. Finish position streak 2 in the top 15 for 2 races. Again, I don't think that's going to happen. Getting 1 car in the top 15 will be an achievement. 2, I think, is a little bit of a pipe dream. And I'm not going to do a quali streak because, again, I don't think we've got the pace to get out of Q1 yet. So instead, we'll just leave it at that. So let's head off to Baku.
Hello from Baku, where we're looking forward to a weekend of racing among the medieval and the modern, here at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Drivers will be battling it out on the streets of the Baku city circuit, a real contradiction of a track. From the long main straight, where the less drag the better, to the tight turns where downforce is a necessity. Teams are going to have to work hard to get that balance right. The season is about halfway through, and it makes me wonder what else is in store for the teams. Well, there's only one way to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Formula One.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is another Aston Martin shit show. Okay, here we go into into practice. No point putting Nico in the car because we're focusing on our two youngsters. Nico's never getting in the car, so he's just sitting out his contract. Car parts, we do need to swap out. No, that's still dead. We haven't started using that one yet. We're going to need to get a new engine for Freddie at some point soon. We can put the old engine back in for Felipe. ERS modules, again, dead. We have already gone and bought that module, but we haven't used it yet. And gearboxes, again, dead. But we can use that one. So, put that in. In terms of a run plan, we're going to go 17 laps. So it's quite a long lap. Drop the pace. I'm hoping 17 laps is enough. We can always keep them out an extra lap or two if we need to, but I think 17 is the right number. Now it's time to actually set the cars up. So let's start with a 2.5, a 10.5, a 3.7, a minus 2.9, and a 0.85. Everything's in tolerance, so we'll give that one a go for Felipe. As for Freddie, we're going to go a 1.5, 10.5, a 3.7, a 2.9, and a 0.75. So a little bit different, not a huge amount different. That front wing is right on the edge of tolerance. And let's see how these setups go.
Radio check.
Radio check.
It should be green now.
Okay. Let's see what kind of difference we've got in lap time between our drivers here. Again, it's not going to be completely scientific in this because Freddie's running much better engine components and much better gearbox. That will obviously have an effect on Felipe's pace. Half a second between the two at the moment as a result of that. I do think Felipe is still a little bit quicker.
Car in the wall.
So we have a VSC. Someone has crashed already after just 15 minutes. Who was it? And where was it?
Like there's been a crash.
It was
Let's take a look
Latifi.
at the replay. Now we see the Williams here.
Just skimmed the wall there. You might get away with that.
What's your thoughts on coming in or doing any more?
An 82, that's not too bad. That to me suggests either the rear wing or the roll bar needs to change. It'll be one or the other, I don't think it'll be both. Let's see what Felipe thinks. And 17 laps is too much, look. That's past the half-hour mark. So it must be 16 laps here then. And this is a 78.
Here's the replay.
That might be both. That might be rear wing and roll bar.
Clearly something went
Oops,
very,
just
very
pinched
wrong
the
there.
brakes there into the barrier. So we'll let them run for another 5 minutes and then we'll pull them in. Okay, there we go.
Pit lane.
Copy.
So let's have a look. What do we need to change? Yeah, it is the rear wing. So we'll go to a 10 on the rear wing. I do have a couple of 10 setups. We need to change the front wing a little bit. Let's go to a 2. I'm going to go to a 2.8. I'm going to go to a 2.95 and a 1. That might work. We'll try that. Let's put on some fresh tyres, get that car turned around. Here comes Felipe. Oh, front wing is spot on. It is the roll bar and the rear wing, so we'll change the rear wing to a 10. The roll bar will go to a 2.8. We'll drop that to a 2. And I just need to play about with that a little bit. Let's try that. That looks pretty good to me. Okay, sending out Vesti and then Felipe. So, Anthony, are you racing Baku tonight in your ASTON save? Or are you taking a night off? Or did you do it yesterday? Because I didn't stream yesterday. I was just so tired. I was just falling asleep about 9 o'clock. Hadn't slept amazingly well the night before, so I was just out of energy, and in the end I ended up staying up till about 2 in the morning, but I didn't have any energy to really concentrate. I think I just vegged, lying down, watching YouTube for a bit and listening to an audio book. I want to check the tyres on the opposition, the AI, but I don't want to risk the game locking up on me again, so we're not touching that until we get to the race. He qualified 7th, 11th racing on Saturday. Okay, sounds good. Let's see, we have a 100% setup with Vesti. Excellent stuff. So those changes were spot on. What about Felipe? The Vesti setup was one I had written down, which we converted to. This one is playing by ear. And we almost got it. We're just a few percent off. So let's call him in. Oh, another safety car. It's too late to call in Freddie, unfortunately. He'll have to do one more lap.
I think that was a crash.
Oh, it's Gasly this time.
Now look at this. It's Pierre Gasly.
Oh, under pressure
There's the crash.
from the Haas. Locks up straight to the tech pros.
The team are really disappointed with that.
The checkered flag is now out.
And there we go. So we need to do a little tweak to Felipe's car between sessions. We're good for Freddie. Weather for the weekend is fine. No rain to worry about. So we'll go with a 24-lap run. That might even be a little bit too long, but we'll try it. I might pull him in a little bit early on that one. And same again for Felipe. We'll go... I'll go 22 laps, thinking about it. That should be enough. Right, what change do we need to make? So, let's just do that. Let's see if that's enough. That little one tweak, that won't be enough actually, thinking about it. Which means I've got to hope that that isn't going to break anything. Yeah, we'll try that. Let's drop that down to 22 as well. There we go. Right, into FP2.
Ready to check? Ready to check?
Red Bull and Ferrari out of each race, but you can still race the other teams. Yeah, Ferrari and Red Bull just are so dominant. Ferrari struggle a bit if they lose Tondi, and don't replace him with an excellent aero guy, or at least a very good aero guy. If you basically poach Tondi at the start of the season and replace him with someone who's rubbish, going in the opposite direction, then Ferrari are okay in the first season, but they start to drop off a little bit in the second season. By the third season, they are struggling a little bit, and Red Bull have a clear advantage. Okay, so it looks like 22 laps is the sweet spot for this session. If you've got a solid driver, the championship is always easier to win for the drivers than the constructors. Because for the constructors, you need... Oh, wow, that's a huge crash for Vesti. Is he out? Can he keep going?
It's a crash! Let's take a closer look. So this was the Aston Martin.
Oh.
Nasty crash there. And that was a bitter blow for the team. And it may have really hurt their overall chances.
He's out. He's out the session. Well, luckily his car is...
Let's see what happened there. So this
I
was
can
the
see that one
Aston
again,
Martin.
apparently. Oh, that's such a big crash.
They've lost control. and
Luckily, its
there's
car
the
was already
crash.
set up to 100%, so
That's going to be a big
we haven't got to
blow
worry
to the
about
team. Will they be able to recover?
splitting his final run
We'll
up
see.
for setup tweaks. But
We need to retire the car.
what's that done to his car parts?
Yeah, copy.
That I don't know. In terms of his gearbox, his ERS, his engine, he's already had one big crash that's damaged some components. That one wasn't his fault. That one was his fault. What was I saying? Yes, it's easier to win the Drivers' Championship than it is to win the Constructors, because you only need one really good car. And one really good driver for that. But obviously the Constructors, you need two good drivers and you need all the best parts on both cars to stand a chance. Evening, Mr. Water. Good to see you. Right. Let's speed the session up again. Still need to get Felipe nailed. There we go.
How does it feel?
That one tweak was enough. So Vesti's going to cost me a small fortune in replacement parts this season by the look of it. Which is ironic because he's got the better control rating of the two drivers. That said, his braking is a worse stat than Felipe's. So maybe he just went into that corner too fast, couldn't hit the brakes in time. Evening, Colin. Yeah, that was a bad crash. That's one of the worst crashes I've seen for an individual driver crash. But the only thing there that was missing was the engine catching fire. Okay, 80% for Felipe, 81% by the time he gets back to the garage. So a short run, 17, 18 laps will be enough for him to max himself out. A bit more work needed for Freddie, he's at 54%, but as long as he doesn't crash, we can get him up to 100 as well, no problem at all. So just got to hope that we haven't written off another set of engine components, or at least haven't damaged them too badly. You know, that they're in good enough condition that they can still be used as practice parts. And I am going to pay more attention to the average fuel per lap when I set my fuel loads in this race. I don't want to repeat her last night. I want to know exactly how much fuel we take out for a lap. Right, session is over. Stretch my leg a little bit. There we go. How bad is the damage? Well, we don't have a big red warning saying car parts are broken. Gone away with that, really. Engine took a little bit of a knock. ERS might have taken a little bit of a knock. Gearbox took a little bit of a knock, but they're still pretty good. So that's helpful. We are going to have to switch that engine out for the race, though, I think. So that's not ideal. I might take a penalty here this weekend. So Freddie needs to go long. So we're going to go for 32 laps on a set of mediums. Felipe is also going out on mediums. And he's just going to go for 17 laps. That'll be enough. And off we go. No crashes, please.
Ready to check?
Ready to check.
Green light, green light.
Okay. So let's have a nice, clean session. I don't care if other drivers want to torpedo the walls, but we want to keep it nice and controlled here. A little bit of wear on Felipe's gearbox. That's already worn anyway. That's fine. And that's Felipe at 100%. Just need to get him past the half-hour mark now to get maximum points for the session. Freddie is making good progress. We can actually call him in earlier. Don't have to run him for the entire session, which is good. Going to be a documentary on Sir Jackie Stewart. Ooh. I don't really pay attention to TV schedules because I don't really watch TV anymore. At least not broadcast stuff anyway. You know, I tend to watch a little bit of Disney Plus. I've got a big DVD library and Blu-ray library. And that keeps me occupied when I'm not watching YouTube or playing or recording. So do please keep me up to date on that when you get more details, because that is something I would like to take a look at. Evening, Farah. Yes, new mic arrived earlier today. Still getting used to the settings on it in terms of playing with the actual gain on the back of it, because I can do that with this mic, whereas the other one I couldn't. I do have to plug my headset into the microphone to get any audio back, because of the way the mic is set up, and that's something that's a bit different for me. So I've actually got a wireless headset that I can't use unless I plug a cable into it when I'm using this microphone, but that's fine. And I'm trying to get used to the distance that I need to sit in terms of how close or how far away from the mic I need to be. So yeah, let me know throughout the recording, throughout the stream, if I'm too close or if I'm too far away. And there we go. That is the end of practice. So, despite a big crash for Freddie, we came away relatively unscathed. I do actually need to check what parts got damaged in terms of aero parts, because we're going to have to make some new ones. Let's have a quick look. So, chassis, we lost a chassis, lost a front wing as expected, didn't lose a rear wing, obviously didn't lose a side pot. Oh, excuse me. Did we lose an underfloor? No, good. And I don't think we lost the suspension either. So that's pretty good. We only lost a chassis and a front wing. I thought we were going to lose more than that. What's with these early starts? Not that you're complaining. I just decided to move it forward from 10:30 to 10. It just means I finish a little bit earlier. You know, I mean, the streams were going on till 1:30 in the morning. At least this way we finish usually sometime around about 1:45, 1 o'clock. It's not too bad. It sits a little bit nicer. A 10 o'clock start and roughly a 1 o'clock finish. Oh, I need to change the parts over, don't I? Engine parts, etc. So, because I think we've actually got a chance of a decent finish here, and by decent finish I mean, top 15, not points. I'm going to go with brand new components. Let's go with that ARS, that's fine. That one is a bit risky. Go with that one. And gearbox. Let's go with this one. And that is also fine. Actually, 60% is fine. We'll go with that one. Right, quali, here we come.
Radio check.
Alright, so Vesti's out. Where is Felipe behind him? Okay. Bit of a gap between them, so we'll see. I think Freddie is slower, so we'll see how quickly Felipe catches up, what the difference is between their times. Felipe should get a faster run anyway, because he'll pick up a distant slipstream. And the slipstream is definitely more powerful, especially in a circuit like this. I mean, I did contemplate starting the streaming even earlier. I did consider a 9 o'clock start, but I figured, sometimes I have a bit of a kip in the afternoon just to recharge my batteries if I haven't slept well, which happens a fair bit actually. It gives me time to, get food and stuff out of the way, catch up on things during the day, and then 10 o'clock just feels like a good time for me. Plus, I do leave the streams up on the channel as well, so if you ever miss one, you can always go back and watch the replay. It's not quite the same experience, you don't get to interact, but... Okay. Riding on board as we start our hot laps. Oh, and it's a spin straight away for Felipe. And that's damage.
Let's have a look. So this was the Aston Martin.
That's rear wing damage.
Thank goodness nobody else was involved. That was a big... The team are devastated. They'll be questioning just what happened out there.
And suspension damage. Okay, well at least we didn't lose the suspension last time out, so that's still not horrific. But we're going to abort the lap. There's no point carrying on. So let's head over to Freddie and concentrate on him for the rest of the run. Luckily, Vesti was in front of Felipe, so he did not get held up by that spin. So this should be a nice, clear, clean run and a proper indication of what kind of pace he's got. And there we go, it is a fair way off Magnussen, which is fair enough, I suppose. 6/10 off Zhou. I mean, we're looking at Schumacher and Ricciardo and Tsunoda are the cars that we're looking to try and get ahead of. Are you getting that these two have huge growth? You mean the drivers? Yes, they do have good potential. They're both complete rookies, so their multipliers I think 1.8. Right, that's going to change automatically the rear wing. Excuse me. It's going to automatically change the rear wing and suspension for us. Those tyres took a big knock. We lost half the tyre on that spin. So one set of tyres. I'm just going to go for a single run at the end of the session for Felipe. So let's keep an eye on Schumacher and Co. Tsunoda's on his lap now. So's Ricciardo. Oh wow, Tsunoda is definitely faster than we are. Ricciardo is only a 10th faster than us. Schumacher is 3/10 faster. Okay, I need to put some fresh tyres on Freddie. There we go. Freddie is in front of Felipe. No, is behind Felipe. That's good. That's what I want. Kind of tripping over each other here. There we go. If I can manage to keep my job, this is how the game should be played. Well, I mean, the rules are the way I think that is the best to get the best out of the game. I don't necessarily think that you have to start with complete rookies. Just not letting you ever have intense development is a huge deal breaker to start with, because you gain so much experience manufacturing new parts with intense development. So by immediately outlawing intents, that already has a big effect on the game. And as long as you don't start with a superstar team where you've got superstar drivers, then there's a challenge involved. It might not be a massive challenge. I mean, it depends what your objectives are. If your objectives are with Mercedes, for example, you could create your own set of guidelines. So for Mercedes, you do that. You follow the rules of challenge mode. You can't mess around with player contracts, with driver contracts or staff contracts. You have to honour them. And you say that Hamilton is going to retire at the end of his contract, or he's going to leave Mercedes. Maybe not retire, but he's going to leave Mercedes, and you have to replace him with a young driver. That gives you 2 seasons to sign and train Hamilton's replacement, and then move him up alongside Russell and play the game that way. You know, you can create these little scenarios and things in your head. So with like Ricciardo, you could McLaren, you could renegotiate Ricciardo down to a 1-year deal, and then sign Oscar, and have him as a reserve driver for a season, or leave him at Renault for the first season, and then sign him direct from Alpine at the end of season 1, and put him alongside Norris for season 2. You know, there's all sorts of different things you could do. You could keep Stroll at Aston Martin, and at the end of season 1, you could replace Alonso. Someone's locked up. Where is that? It's way ahead of us. We're okay. Oh no! Wait, we've got a crash. Oh, can we? Will it be clear before we get there?
Let's take a look at the replay. Okay, here's the Ferrari.
Oh,
You can clearly see
that's
the
not good.
contact there.
Hopefully that'll be clear by the time we get there, and we won't have to abide by yellow. Yeah, it's already gone. Look, yellow flag's already clear. That's good. That won't affect our runs. But you can create scenarios to follow. So with an Aston Martin file, you could say that you have to keep the drivers you've got. You have to always keep Stroll, and at the end of season 1, you have to replace Sebastian with Fernando. But again, stick to the rules of challenge mode in terms of development and upgrades for facilities, and limiting the number of engineers you've got, limiting your research, things like that. You know, that's what's going to get you more life out of the game and make it that much more rewarding when you do start rising through the ranks and getting that first win. It'll slow down how quickly you can progress. Oh wow. I honestly thought out of the 2 drivers it would be Felipe who would go through and not Freddie. What was the difference between the 2? Half a second. Wow. Did not see that coming. I know we gave Freddie a nice little tow there along the back straight. Maybe that was enough to get him ahead of Ricciardo, but for whatever reason, we're through into Q2 for the first time this season. And that's probably where we're going to end up, so I'm just going to save those tyres, those new tyres, and we're just going to run scrubs and see what we can do. In fact, I'll do 2 scrub runs using these existing tyres that we've got. We'll use the slightly worse tyres for the first run, and then the 89% tyres for the second. So let's go into Q2 for the first time this season.
Radio check.
Radio check.
Yeah, it's green now.
So yeah, even with a little bit of a nice toe along the back straight there, we were still, I think, a couple of tenths short of Schumacher. I don't think we're going to get higher than 15th. Well, I didn't even think we'd get 15th in the first place. So I'm not going to waste the new tyres. I'm going to save those for the race. Because I'm thinking of going soft, medium soft. Starting aggressive, finishing strong, and having a competitive tyre in the middle. That's what I'm going to look at. And we can always switch onto a set of hards if we get an early safety car, or another set of mediums if we get one about halfway through the race, or even hards halfway through the race. It gives us flexibility, but does allow us to try and finish and start with very, very fast, grippy tyres. So everyone in this session here on this first run should be running scrubs, but they will probably run new tyres at the end of the session. This will be our chance to see on this particular run what kind of pace deficit we've got to Schumacher without the toe. If you're thinking about doing an AlphaTauri save, Mr. Water, then again, you could set yourself a set of instructions. You could get rid of Gasly at the end of Season 1 and replace him with Nick de Vries. Because then you're mirroring this season going into next season. You could limit... Oh, we've got a little bit of a delay going through that corner thanks to the Mercedes there. But yeah, you could... replace Gasly with Nick de Vries, and then you've got a pool of Red Bull young drivers that you can recruit from for your youth program, and to eventually either replace Nick de Vries or Tsunoda or both. Obviously you've got Liam Lawson as the starting young driver, but you've also got drivers like Jack Crawford, the young American driver. You can't sign him for the first season and a half, but about halfway through Season 2 you can sign him. Maybe just before halfway through the season, because we just signed him in our Haas playthrough. And that was at Canada, so we signed him after Canada. So yeah, you should be able to sign him maybe around about this time in Season 2. And then you've also got Jay Deruvala. You've also got Isaac Kajar. Again, he's young. You've got to wait 2 seasons before you can sign him. Who else is there? Dennis Hauger is another Red Bull junior that you could sign from day one. Put him in your reserve role. There's quite a few different options there. Right, that's our first lap done. A 2.7 seconds off the pace. We're 0.8 off Tsunoda. What about Schumacher? 0.7 off. I do think we got held up slightly, which will have hurt us a little bit, but not massively. We're faster than Ocon, but only because Ocon got held up. Let's see what we can do on this run here. I might have gone a little bit early there. No, I'll get away with that. So these are scrubs as well. These are slightly better scrubs by 1%. So we should see a slight improvement, but not by much. Yeah, we gained a couple of tenths, but we're still half a second off Schumacher. Who goes even faster? So, let's just hope that we can take advantage of strategy here.
Drivers ready and raring to go.
We are definitely getting lapped once. I don't think we're going to get lapped twice. At least I hope we don't get lapped twice. Let's start with softs. Go on to mediums. And finish on softs. There we go. We're looking at about 8 seconds faster than the default C strategy, which is medium, hard, soft. Let's see how that stacks up against the other strategies. A one stop, 18 seconds slower, 25 seconds slower. So that is definitely the right strategy in terms of pace. It also gives us the best chance of staying with some of the faster cars if they're starting on mediums or even hards. Oop, don't want that extra stint. There we go. Let's take a lap of fuel out. Let's see. So it's 2.1 kilos per lap. That's fine. Do the same for Felipe's car. Just check they've both got new parts. Yep, good. Alright, let's go racing.
As the sun continues to shine, it seems like nothing can dampen the mood of excitement here at the track. Taking a look at the Aston Martin. They'll be starting the race from the bottom half of the grid, so there's a fair bit of ground to make up. There's the second Aston Martin. They're starting in the bottom half of the grid today, so there's a lot of cars between them and the podium. Everything's been building to this. This is what you've been waiting for. It's the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Alright, we're off. Is strategy better with mediums to hards? No, it's about 18 seconds elapsed, 18 seconds slower overall. The game has had multiple patches over its 5-month life, including changing tyre wear rates. So you can't just do the one-stop super strategy anymore.
Good.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Alright, Felipe back in front of Albon. Let's have a look at tyres. Schumacher's on softs, Tsunoda and Zhou on mediums. Ricardo's on mediums, so we should hopefully be able to get past him. Got a bit of a slowdown bottleneck going into this section here at the castle. Okay, let's try and get Felipe past.
Energy if you need it.
No problems.
And hopefully Freddie will be able to hang on to the back of Schumacher. Tsunoda's already dropping off the back of Zhou. That will potentially leave Tsunoda isolated. He's on those mediums as well, so if I can make sure I can stay in DRS range,
You can use energy.
that'll be good. Alright, can we get the drive out the corner? Yes, we can. There we go. Felipe up into 16th.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Oh, it's only on Sky and Now. Okay, that's a shame because I'm not paying for either of those services. So hopefully it makes its way onto another format. Schumacher is having a look at the back of Sonoda. Both of our drivers are now within a second of each other and within a second of Schumacher, and we've broken away from Ricciardo as well. We've got to make the most of these soft tyres while we've got them, but we don't want to push them too hard too quick because
DRS will be active.
their pace will drop off quite quickly. Put some more battery in Felipe. So I'm hoping that the other drivers that have started on softs are going to go onto hard tyres to the end. We'll have to wait and see if that shakes out that way. They might even go soft, hard, soft. And of course, if we get a safety car towards the end, with the safety car update patch, we will see some of them possibly diving in and switching tyres just because they're under a safety car.
So use energy.
Copy.
Let's make sure Freddie stays in range. There we go. That's Schumacher going alongside. Can't squeeze through into turn 1. Still side by side into turn 2. Still can't make the move. That allows us to close up a little bit more. And I think we're lapping about half a second faster than Ricciardo right now. Let's have a look. Well, he did a 153.3, same as us. Yeah, the gap's come back down again. I think during this part of the circuit we are a little bit faster in some areas, but we're not really able to do much because of the dirty air. I think if we had clean air we might possibly be able to go a little bit faster than we're going right now. That's why Vesti keeps dropping out of range through these corners, because our dirty air performance is really bad right now.
Use energy.
Okay.
I need to make sure we can at least hang on to this DRS for a few more laps before we let them break away from us. I think if we can get Schumacher past Sonoda, which might be happening here. that will help as well. I think it'll be easier for us to stay with Tsunoda than it will Schumacher. Although Tsunoda's going to get the DRS here. So he's going to get back in front. Maybe this will give us a run at Schumacher, who knows? Not quite. Front four are really tightly bunched up. Thought they'd have broken away a little bit more than this. It is Perez at the front. He is probably the slowest of the four. And once again, Vesti almost out of range again. Just the dirty air is hurting us so much. I might actually move Freddie over. See, he just about gets back into DRS range before the line. I do think Felipe is going to be a little bit quicker. There we go.
You can use energy. Use energy. You can use energy.
And now we'll push him back up onto the back of Felipe again. You can't get much closer than that. That'll do. Right, let's give Felipe a couple of laps at the head of these two and see if he can stay with Schumacher a little bit better. Oh, we've got a safety car already. Okay, that is very early.
Safety car.
That's Gasly. So, got two choices here. We can go... We're going to pit. We're going to get one of our stops out of the way. We can either go onto hard tyres and then go onto softs at the end. Again, why are you showing me a set of tyres that isn't brand new? I've got new tyres. That's annoying. Or we can go mediums at the end, like that. Or we can go medium, and see how we do with that. It is still a little bit early. If we could have got another couple of laps, got to lap 10, that would make this decision so much easier. I think we'll convert to a medium. If we can look after the tyres, we should be okay. So, let's... go ahead and do that. And let's call both drivers in. I can also harvest my batteries again and save some fuel. Pits for mediums and pit for mediums. Freddy's at the back, so
We just need to charge up.
Copy.
and if tyre wear does get too bad, then we have still got the option of, instead of going medium, we can go on to hards to finish the race. And again, if there's another safety car late in the race, we can always come off the tyres that we're on onto a set of softs.
Yeah,
No one else is pitting, so everyone else is going to have to make at least one more stop. Anyone who was thinking of 2 stopping may now switch to a 1 stop. But we will have the best tyres on the grid. This may be the only lap behind the safety car. The field's relatively close together. We are probably going to catch it before it gets to the end of the lap. So yeah, this might be the only safety car lap we have. Might come in.
Okay, energy's good.
Copy.
The only trouble with this is that we are going to be back behind the Williams, which could be a little tricky to get past them. No, we don't speed up on these streams. We do in practice and we do in bits in quali, but when it comes to the race runs real time all the way through from start to finish. Alright, that's 3P on the queue. Freddy is just coming around the corner now. Looks like we might get one more lap. We didn't quite catch up in time. So yeah, we're going to have another lap. The car will be in at the end of the next lap.
Loads of energy.
Copy.
That gives me an extra lap to save a bit more fuel, extra lap to look after the tyres. I'm not going to grumble too much about that. Makes this strategy switch that we've made a little bit easier on tyre wear. So Perez still leads from Verstappen. Those soft tyre runners that started on used softs, so Perez, Bottas, Russell, Norris, they're going to have to pit in, I would say the next 5 laps, maybe less than that. The rest of the medium runners are probably going to go to a one stop onto hards. Right, so we should get the warning now about the safety car. Surely we're not going to get another lap. Well, I guess we are. I'm surprised by that. I'm very surprised. What this does do is increases the likelihood that those on softs that are going to need to pit soon are going to drop right to the very back of the grid and have to work hard to catch back up. Not so much for the other soft runners, the ones who start on brand new softs like Ocon, who's actually quite well placed. He's looked after his tyres very well. Albon, Latifi, Schumacher, they are going to be problems as well. Hi, evening, Matthew. You joined to a safety car. What happened? Gasly happened. I didn't actually see what happened. I didn't see the replay pop up, but yeah, Gasly went out apparently. Hit a barrier. Somewhere around here, actually. I think it was that wall there that he just went into. So he's out. And we've gone from a soft, medium, soft onto a very early swap for mediums to go soft, medium, medium instead. We got a little bit of pace in the car. We actually qualified 15th, which was quite nice. Highest qualifying of the season so far. And I'm hopeful that we can get a decent result. One or both cars in the top 15 tonight. And there we go, there's a safety car coming in. So let's go ahead and get prepped for that.
Happy to push.
Did Yuki hit him? I don't know. Don't think so. I think he just outbraked himself.
Push more.
Nobody else pitted.
Yeah.
Nobody got a penalty. So it's going to be complete chaos here at the start. This is one of the worst tracks to use battery on the restart because it's such a long, slow start that you can eat half your battery before you get to turn one and you don't get an overtake anyway. So we're going to leave it for about half a lap, I think, before we start looking to push the overtakes. It's such a slow concertina here. It's just a waste of battery to deploy right at the start.
Good job.
It'll be the same in the next braking area as well at the end of turn 3.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
So there we go. We've got past... Oh, maybe not. Well, we're side by side with one of the Williams. That's okay. Again, another concertina here. It's always really bad on the first lap, and then the first lap after a restart into these tight zones here on this circuit.
Let's focus.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Oh wow, Albon got ahead of Ricciardo. He snuck his way through there. You're back on F1 Manager at last. How long's it been now? 2 months? 3 months? Been a while since you played it, hasn't it?
Use energy if you need it. Use energy.
Yeah, copy.
Alright, switch to the inside. There we go. Get him under braking. Ah, not quite. And around the outside there. Very nice. And Freddie's going the other side.
Doing a good job.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
He got taken out by Yuki in F122. Yeah, Yuki likes to do a Yuki regardless of whether it's real life, this game, or F122.
Energy if you need it.
Copy.
You can use energy.
Copy.
Alright, let's see if we can get a run on Ricciardo here.
DRS is enabled.
Ah, couldn't quite follow him through. Maybe we can dive up the inside here, though. No, Albon covers that. You thought I was committing to going 3 wide in turn 3. Well, you know, if it was me, maybe, but, you know, it was down to Felipe, and he decided not to. Which is probably the right call. Oh, Freddie's going to get the pair of us, maybe.
Doing a good job, keep pushing.
And Latifi's pitted, so the first of the soft runners who didn't stop under safety car has stopped now. Freddie's through.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
So, yeah, that means if Latifi's already pitted, that means he must be going for a 2-stop, I think. Those soft tyres, sorry, those hard tyres could just about make it, but I think it's safer to say that he's going on a 2-stop. So we might see Perez, Bottas, Russell pitting and Norris pitting in the next lap or two.
Use energy if you need.
Okay, copy.
Alright, so I've broken the DRS to Albon. That should make things easier for Felipe to get through. And there goes Ricciardo into the pits. Okay, wasn't expecting Ricciardo to pit this early. He was on mediums. Very strange. So again, must be 2-stopping.
Good job.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Use energy.
Copy.
Right, let's get Felipe to try and break away, catch back up to Freddie. Another yellow flag in Sector 3. No safety car this time, though.
Car in the wall.
Okay, copy.
We can take a look now. Let's take another look. There we have Joe. And
Oh,
that's an off.
that's a big crash.
And a big off.
That's going to help us. Just one less car we're going to have to physically overtake on track. Should be straightforward enough to get past him here. And Vesti's gone through already. And there goes Felipe.
Good job.
Your DRS in my team is almost as powerful as the DRS in this game. DRS is not that powerful anymore. Slipstream is powerful, but the DRS has definitely been decreased. So circuits like this where you've got a long straight and a long DRS zone, and the slipstream combined with the DRS means you still get some quite powerful overtakes, which is kind of about right. But on circuits like Monaco, where it's a very short straight, short DRS zone, it's a lot harder to get those overtakes. You don't just plough straight past them like you used to. So you can see there, we only just kind of completed that move coming into the braking zone. You know, that move would have been done and dusted halfway down the straight before the patch. There's Joe into the, well, coming out of the pits with that new front wing. What tyres has he gone on to? He's gone on to hards. So the overtake button has a use now. Yes, using the DRS is not as straightforward as it used to be. So you do have to be... if you've got a good car advantage, you should still be able to get through. If you have a car deficit, it's a lot harder to get the overtake done, and so using battery it definitely has a more strategic element to it now, rather than just pushing for a fast lap. Especially because you can lose so much time charging it up as well. So knowing when to use it
We just need to charge
is key to getting the most out of it. Just spamming it straight away and burning through it in the first 2 laps, and then you got nothing if you start dropping out of DRS range. You know, it really hurts you. Seeing all those soft runners coming into the pits, so let's see. Perez has gone hard, so has Bottas. So has Russell. Ocon has also gone hards. Schumacher's in. He's on hards. Albon has probably gone hards. Yes, he has. And what about Norris? Has also gone hard tyres. So, yeah, we are potentially looking quite good here. So we see Zhou trying to fight his way past Latifi. Just squeezes down the inside there. That was brave. We are now in 9th and 10th. We're not going to stay here, obviously, but I'm going to enjoy it while I can. Red flag, please. No, no, do not want a red flag. Just restart the race. It's way too early for me to switch tyre strategy again. I pitted, yeah, I pitted under the safety car. I converted from a soft, medium, soft strategy to a soft, medium, medium. Get one of those stops out of the way, you know, under a safety car. As long as I don't thrash these tyres, it should work out, you know, pretty good. So this is provisional, what, 9th and 10th? Yeah, obviously. There's no way we have that kind of pace in this car. But we only have to make one more stop, and I think quite a few of the AI will still have to make another stop. So we could gain a couple of positions out of the strategy switch. If we'd stuck to our guns, we'd be pitting about now anyway. On those softs onto mediums, and we'd still have another stop to go afterwards. We'd back near the back of the field again. So yeah, we have gained a little bit. How much that will be in the long run, we'll have to wait and see how the rest of the race unfolds. We may yet get another safety car. We've had 2 big shunts into the wall. One was a safety car, one was just a yellow. Right, so we are 2 seconds ahead of Russell. Let's see how quickly he's closing down on us. We do have a compound advantage, but our tyres are a little bit worn compared to his brand new hards. And he's obviously got a much better car than we do. Alright, who is in front right now? Felipe. So let's just ease off on Freddie's battery deployment here. Just got to make sure I don't leave it on too long like last time where he dropped out of range completely. Oh wow, we've lost a second to Russell already. He could pull me along. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. You know, we've got a chance of maybe, at least for a lap or two, hanging with him. I don't think we'll have the pace beyond that. But if we can stay with him for at least one lap, that will help. Oh, that's borderline as to whether we got the DRS there. Yes, we did, just. Just was all we needed. Is Russell going to have a lunge down the inside? No, he's not. We get that covered off. And Bottas gets past Ocon. So things are actually looking pretty good for us right now. We are still a way off our pit stop. We do have that option if tyre wear gets too bad and we drop too much pace that we can change to hards instead of mediums for the third stint. And we also have the option of going back onto another set of softs if we get a late safety car. Now goes Sainz into the pit, so Sainz is going to be one stopping. He was ruling mediums, I believe. Yeah, and he's going on to hard, so he's going to the end. It's not really in our wheelhouse anyway, he's just way too far ahead of us, both on track and in terms of performance. But it's a kind of a barometer for the other medium runners who have yet to pit. So I think it's safe to say that Tsunoda and everyone in front of Sainz is one stopping. Another yellow flag in sector 3.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
Oh, that's the Russell overtake.
Take a closer look.
No, Kevin's been nice and quiet so far. It was Ocon spinning. In turn 1. That's not sector 3, that's sector 1. That's a very unusual spin.
They've spun their car.
Spinning in the opposite direction to the way he was turning.
And the team had such high hopes today.
Let's go back to this little battle with our cars here. Yeah, Bottas is closing quickly, which is what I expect. I mean, that Alfa Romeo is just especially in Bottas's hands, is just much better than we are. But with this change of strategy, I think we've got a chance of getting both cars into the top 15, which would be nice. There goes Verstappen into the pits. That's got to be for hard tyres. And it is. Oh, Vesti's dropped off the back of Russell. Missed that.
So use energy if you need it.
Alright, Felipe blocking Russell. That's good. And Vesti gets back into DRS range. Good, good, good. So let's switch those off. We're going to lose out to Russell, which, you know, took longer than I thought it would. But now let's see if we can actually hang with him for this lap and get DRS on the back straight. I might have to use a bit of battery to just maintain that gap. Is fuel an issue? No. It's 2.1 kilos per lap. For this circuit, so we've got a third of a lap to save over the next 30 laps, and that's assuming that we don't get lapped. Alright, we just don't even have any hope of staying with Russell. He's just already 1.5 seconds ahead. So rather than pushing the tyres, because we are limited on tyres, they've got to go a long way and still be competitive, we are going to just let him go. No point messing up our tyres in a vain attempt to stay with someone for one lap. A short-term gain is a long-term loss. A few other cars pitting, also for one stops. So Magnussen in for hards, Sonoda in for hards.
Sonoda's pitting this lap.
And Alonso, I'm guessing, for hards as well. Yes. So no news on. I just had the monthly newsletter come through from Frontier a few minutes ago. No news on any future updates at the moment. The last patch notes on their website was the 18th of November. I'm not expecting there to be any major patches or major changes to the game now. We might get a few little bug fix patches here and there, but for the most part, I think development on this game is now done, so they can work on the next one. So while we don't have the pace to challenge the cars that are behind us and closing us down, if we can stay ahead of them, keep them held up like this, then it does mean
You can use energy. Use energy. You can
that
use
we
energy.
can slow them down and negate the advantage of their tyres a little bit, and then when we stop for our second set of mediums, we can gain a bit of an advantage performance-wise to them, hopefully. Close them back down, maybe sneak a position or two. And there's another example of the reduction in the performance of DRS. It took us the entire straight to pull alongside from that distance, whereas we would have had that move done and dusted previously. Bottas looks quick. It's season 1, so yeah, Bottas always looks quick in the first half of season 1. Before the alpha starts to drop back in terms of season development. Don't forget, we've got one of the worst cars on the grid and the 2 lowest rated drivers on the grid as well. So, and Bottas is one of the highest rated drivers on the grid. So in a car that's very quick in a straight line, with a driver who's very, very good against a car that's rubbish all around and has very inexperienced drivers, yeah, there's always going to be a big pace deficit. But it's not just Bottas. I mean, you can see Alonso, Norris, Magnussen, they've caught us up really quickly as well. Yeah, we are limited in pace. What's Bottas' tyres like? Very good compared to ours. Yeah, he's on new mediums, new hards, sorry, so there's the difference. I'm just trying to hold them up as much as I can, keep them behind us. Like I said, when these guys are all going to the end. So the longer we can keep them behind us, going slower than their potential, when we then pit for brand new mediums, we should hopefully have a little bit of a pace advantage over them. Maybe reel a couple of them back in again.
Looks like that was
I mean, we've held
position
Bottas
gain
behind for what,
Alfa
3-4 laps
Romeo.
now? He's only just found his way through. The majority of the field's going to be one stopping. There are a couple that might two stop along with us, but I think the majority of them are one stopping. We are actually close to our pit window. It opens up in 4 laps. For our, well, opens up in 1 lap, and our ideal stops in 4 laps. So we're not too far away from fresh rubber. You can see Vesti though is starting to struggle on these tyres.
Alfa Romeo just moved up a place.
Right, maybe Drugovic
That's
can
it.
stay with Bottas. He is slightly quicker of the two drivers. See if I can
Use
keep Freddie
energy.
in range as well.
Yeah, copy.
Use up the last of his battery. That should at least help keep Alonso and Norris and Magnussen behind us.
Energy if you need it.
Copy.
Yeah, I just don't have the grip. Don't have the performance in the car.
We just need to charge up.
Yeah, copy.
We need to charge Iris.
Copy.
Come on, Freddie. Stay in range if you can. Couldn't quite. Yeah, these guys are just so much more grip and so much more pace than we have.
Alpine just advanced.
One other thing as well, Matthew, about the DRS performance is it's now much more closely tied to your DRS delta on your car. So improving your DRS performance now has a significant, well, not a significant, a more significant impact on your DRS speeds and acceleration. Right, so we're fighting against Ricardo, Joe. I was hoping Sonoda, but he's pretty close as well. They are about 15 seconds behind us. Which is just over a pit stop. But we'll have faster, fresher tyres, so we'll be back in the hunt with Ricardo.
Is that a new race position for Haas?
Alright, so Freddie is struggling the most.
Energy's good.
Yeah, copy.
Felipe's got the better chance of actually staying with these guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pit Freddie this lap. And then we'll pit Felipe the lap after. And again, just losing too much time in the slow stuff. Our dirty air performance is terrible. It's negating how much we can do to stay with these guys. Dirty air disruption has been increased as well.
We're not okay on fuel.
Copy.
So even though we are now ranked, I think, was it 9th in low speed cornering, we're like 15th or so in dirty air low speed cornering. So when we're in clean air, we've got decent performance through the slow corners that we've got here. But when we get into dirty air, we struggle.
Copy. Just pit limiter. Just a reminder on pit limiter.
So where can we come out in relation to Joe and Ricardo? They're coming through now.
With an overtake there.
We're going to be behind them. I knew that much, but it's how far behind and how quickly we can get back onto them. Those are the two cars that I'm aiming to beat in this race. Oh, we've got a safety car. Okay, that's terrible for... that's terrible.
Stay positive.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been better for Freddie, but it's certainly ideal for Felipe.
No DRS.
Oh, and that's a crash. Here's the replay. Now just focus.
And
on
it's
the
Kevin.
hands. Clearly something went
That's a bad
very,
crash.
very
I'm lucky
wrong
that car
there.
didn't bounce right in front of mine. It just got stuck in the barrier.
The team are really disappointed with that. Let's hope it doesn't set them back too badly.
Is he out, or is he just damaged? He's out. Excellent. That's one less car to worry about. Right, now, is anyone going to take advantage of this? No. We're the only car that needs to stop. Everyone else has got tyres enough to go to the end. We may still see some late dives into the pits for softs from some of the front runners, but nobody needs to stop. So, Drugovich is going to drop behind Ocon, Schumacher and Tsunoda. That's a given. They're right behind him, but he should get out in front of Zhou and Ricciardo. Which, if we'd just held off one more lap with Vesti, then we'd have had that with him as well. But obviously, we can never predict these things. And nobody's been lapped, so no unlapping under safety car required. Well, this is going to be close to Zhou and Ricciardo, actually. It's going to be very close. We should just about do it. There's Zhou. And we just stay ahead of him. Oh, that was close. That was very close. Well, that's two cars we do not have to try and get past with Felipe. That's excellent. Oh, excuse me. So this is pretty good for us, this timing of this safety car. It certainly helps. If we get another one later on, we've got that brand new set of softs that we can jump on as well, which would be brilliant if we do get a safety car in about 10 laps time, 12 laps time, something like that. I think the safety car is going to be out for this lap and next lap, and then come in at the end of next lap. We do have those new wings coming for future races, and new side pods for the next Grand Prix as well. I'm really hoping those are going to help improve our cornering speed and cornering downforce, particularly in the dirty air, but I do think that we are still going to struggle in those areas a little bit. Alright, so we're back in the queue. Just got to wait on the Williams. 21 laps left, including this lap. And there is Freddie, fully recharged on battery as well. Excellent stuff. You think the FIA should put sensors on the cars when Magnussen or Yuki are going to crash? Well, those sensors are there, but I don't think it kind of works that way. They can't predict the crash before it happens. They can only record it as it's happening. So the cars I do think that might need to stop again. I think we're looking at maybe Perez, Norris, Latifi, Ricardo and Zhou maybe. Those are the cars that might dive in early or dive in late for a new set of softs. I think anyone whose tyres are 80 or above is staying out. The low 70s might pit, the high 70s might not. It's kind of a tough one to call on that one. Alright, the whole field's bunched up. We should go racing again at the end of this lap. And apparently not. Unless we get a late call. Yeah, it looks like we're staying out for another lap. Okay, well that, again, benefits us. It gives us an extra lap at low speed on these tyres. As you can see, they would be quite marginal. Both our drivers are good at looking after their tyres, so we should, especially with this slow start, see a similar tyre degradation rate to the first medium stint that we did. Which means we should have tyres around about 50% towards the end of the lap, at the end of the race. Means we do have the option of maybe pushing them a little bit if we do it sparingly.
No saving required.
Yeah, copy.
No point trying to save fuel now. Just going to make the car heavier unnecessarily. But 13th place with Felipe, and we've got the opportunity to maybe get ahead of Tsunoda, Schumacher, get on the edge of the top 10. If somebody retires, we could sneak a point here. It's going to need a little bit of luck, but it's not an impossibility if we get another retirement or two. That would be a great result to get points, especially after the disappointment of running out of fuel with both cars on the meters from the line at Monaco. That was heartbreaking. I was in such a funk afterwards for about 20-25 minutes after the stream. I just couldn't believe it. And there we go, there is the in lap for the safety car. So let's go into neutral.
We're good to push.
Copy.
Let's see if this works.
There is no overtaking until the control line, and there'll be 2 laps with no DRS.
Copy.
Oh, get in there. I thought we were going to get 2 cars under braking there. We only got 1, but I'll take that.
You're doing a good job.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Oh, and then we lost it.
Alpha Tauri gained a place.
Let's focus.
Alright, Joe's going to get in front. Yeah, there we go.
Position gained for Alfa Romeo.
Joe's definitely looking very punchy at the start here. Trying to get a wriggle on.
Used energy.
Copy.
Use energy if you need it, use energy.
Yeah, copy.
There we go. Keep both our drivers in range to attack when the DRS activates. We've gapped Ricciardo momentarily. Whether we can stay ahead of him is another matter. We should be able to. As long as we don't let him into DRS at the end of the lap. Part of that's going to come down to how quick we are through the final straight, and also how good we are through turn 1 and how good he is at braking for turn 1.
Use energy if you need.
You think that's the stream you missed the other night, Mr. Watto? Yeah, that was Tuesday night because we didn't stream last night.
energy if you need it.
Yeah, copy.
So DRS is enabled now.
So Joe's going to have a run on the back of Sonoda. Sonoda's going to have a run on the back of Schumacher. So it's going to be hard to actually make an overtake this lap. We might have to wait another lap or two. But we'll see what we can do. Now we've got a good exit here. We've got a bit of a slipstream as well as our DRS and ERS. We might get Joe back here. Battery on the acceleration of the corner. Joe's still there. Oh, I thought we were going to be able to have a run at Sonoda as well then. We've got past Joe.
This is good.
So we're back up to 13th. And we've left Ricciardo for dead. Alright, let's try and use the everything we've got available to us.
You can use energy. Use energy, you can use energy.
Copy.
Alright, I think we're going to get Schumacher here. Are we going to get Felipe as well? Yuki as well. Yes, we are. Excellent. We're into 11th, baby. Love that.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Love that. That is amazing. Right.
Save fuel.
I'm going to see if I can push and break away, actually. Let's watch that again from outside.
So this was the Aston Martin.
3 wide on the exit of the corner there.
And it takes a lot of skill to pull off a move like that.
Yes, it does.
The team watching on and clearly loving that.
Let's see if I can break the DRS to Schumacher. Maybe even get on the back of Norris. God, if I can get on the back of points and then hang on to that. And then have a lunge late in the race. That'd be nice. And Vesti trying to dive around Joe. Gets him. Overtakes all round. We're almost out of battery, but we're almost on the back of Norris as well.
Just gained a race position. Let's have a look. Let's have a look here. This was the Aston Martin.
There we go. That was vital. Here's Felipe. No battery left. But is in DRS range of Norris, has broken the gap to Schumacher. We are in the fight for points. Points!
Save fuel, save fuel.
Yep, copy.
And fastest lap as well.
You can use energy.
Copy.
I'm not getting through.
Okay, happy to lift and coast.
I've got to keep an eye on this gap here, make sure I don't drop off.
We just need to charge up.
Copy.
Yeah, we've got a significant grip advantage over Ocon and Norris. Both are drivers that might need to pit for the softs. So if they do pit, they'll be coming back very fast. Very fast indeed. But right now, because of that grip advantage, we are able to actually just go into harvest mode and stay in DRS range, which is vital for us getting our batteries recharged. We're going to be able to push on past Norris and Ocon here. We need battery to make those overtakes because we just don't have the pace to do it without it. And likewise, for Vesti to get past Schumacher and Tsunoda, he's going to need a little bit of help. Just relying on the DRS won't be enough. It's a little early for me to toot my own horn, but I do think we made the perfect choice in terms of strategy switch. Just with the way things shook out. I mean, we were planning to pit when we pitted for this stint on the mediums, and that safety car timing was absolutely perfect for us. We certainly would not be in this position without that safety car. But if we hadn't changed strategies, we would not really been in a position to make the stop when we did. I don't think. And at least come out where we did as well, to give us this chance. There's no way Felipe would have been in P13 on the restart. And Ricciardo's into the pits. Wow, that's early. What's he got? He's got to be going medium, surely. He's going softs. Okay. I'm thinking that maybe I should do that with Vesti then. I mean, maybe not. I've got plenty of tyres. Maybe I should just stick with what I've got and not throw track position away. I'm certainly not doing it with Felipe without a safety car. Let's see how quickly Ricciardo starts to move up. Sometimes F1's about making your own luck. Yes, absolutely. It's about making the most of the hand that you dealt. Alright, we're about ready to try and push past Schumacher now. He's in danger of being dropped. Just going to stick behind these two for a little bit longer.
So use energy if you need it.
Yeah, copy.
And by sprinting like that when we did, we've managed to drop Joe out of the back of the DRS train as well. That's excellent. That'll take some pressure off.
Okay, energy's good.
Copy.
Alright, this looks to be a move on Schumacher. Maybe. He's getting that slipstream. I thought we were going to go around the outside of him there. Right, ideal result here would be getting past Norris before the DRS. He's covering us off, and then using DRS to get past Ocon. Yeah, couldn't quite pull that off. Maybe here though. Oh, beautiful. It's still on.
You've done a good job.
Vesti's past Schumacher. Excellent stuff. He's out battery, but he's past
Aston
Schumacher.
Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
We're getting blocked.
That's it.
We dropped Sonoda by 3 seconds. Vesti's now on him for DRS as well. That's good. Let's see, Ricardo 150.3. That's pretty quick. It's not quick enough to trouble us though. Right, I've broken away from Schumacher, so I can start charging up again.
All okay on fuel, so you can do what you want for speed.
Yeah, copy.
Energy if you need it.
Yeah.
Right, this is the overtake. No, he just drifted across in front of us at the last minute there. Having another look at the inside. And gets it done under braking. Can he hold it position as he goes around the outside? Into turn 4. Yes, just. And that's it. That's the move done. We're into 9th. 9th! Right, I need to break away so I can really make the most of our pace in low-speed cornering. Aston finally have good pace. Well, it's this circuit. It's, you know, we are 9th overall in low-speed cornering in clean air on the grid, and this circuit is almost entirely low-speed corners. So, getting into clean air on tyres that give us the chance to really exploit that. Is how we've managed to get ourselves up into ninth. Our dirty air performance is shocking though, which is why we struggled and kept dropping back when we were trying to hang on to the DRS of cars in front. Alright, now I need to protect what's left of the tyres.
Yes.
Now you can see we're a little bit borderline against Alonso and Tsunoda. But we definitely have the advantage at the moment over Ocon and Norris, so we need to make hay while the sun shines. Because that grip advantage we have will disappear. And Tsunoda is actually closing on Ocon. Am I closing on Alonso? Let's see what we do on a clean, unpushy lap. We are fractionally faster than Alonso, and we are faster than Russell. God, could we potentially... No, we're slower than Bottas. That's why Bottas was quicker, because he was DRSing off the back. But well, maybe we could sneak up. We've got enough time left. I just don't know if we've got enough tyres to be able to pull it off. But can you imagine if we could get into 6th? That would be unbelievable. That would be absolutely unbelievable. Meanwhile, I'm happy for Freddie to just sit behind Yuki for another lap. We'll try and overtake here at the end of this lap. Because we're almost in striking distance of getting straight onto the back of Norris and Ocon here. If I can get both my cars into the top 10, that'd be an absolute dream come true after the disappointment of Monaco. Plus, I really do need to exploit the performance of the car on this circuit. I've opened up a gap of 4 seconds to Ocon already. That's awesome.
So use energy.
Sorry.
Alright. What can we do? Can we get through? I'm kind of glad we didn't get through there actually. I wanted to get the DRS on this straight here. Oh, I thought we were going to make the lunge under braking. Not quite. Go on, around the outside. Around the outside. There's a bit of battery in the car for Felipe. Yuki's proving a little bit tougher for Freddie. But we have caught up to the back of Ocon and Norris. If I'm going to get past, this is my best opportunity to do it before Tsunoda gets DRS. He's got better tyres than Ocon and Norris. He's already made the pull out. There we go. Oh, who's going to get the DRS? I think we are. Yes, we are. Excellent. See you later, Yuki.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position. We can take a look now. Let's have a look here. This was the Aston Martin.
We are that much closer to 2 in the top 10.
Lift and coast will help.
Yeah, copy.
And hopefully we can drop Tsunoda here as well before the DRS. That's going to be tricky to do. But not impossible.
Use energy if you need.
Okay, now it's impossible.
Five laps to go.
Yeah, copy.
We're not getting any higher than 9th, but I will take that all day long. Safety car! Oh, crap. That's 5 laps to go.
DRS.
Car in the wall.
Okay, copy.
We've just had a crash on the track.
It's Ricciardo.
Let's see what happened there. Now look at this. Daniel Ricciardo involved here.
Pushing hard on those
Oh, a
softs, just
nasty crash there.
into the wall.
And that was
I don't have enough of a gap with Felipe to pit.
Yeah, take it easy.
Yep.
If I pit now, I'm going to come out around Zhou and Schumacher with Felipe. If I pit with Vesti, I'm coming out behind Schumacher. I've got a chance here to get him up into the top 10. I'm not pitting either driver. If this safety car had come 5 laps ago, I would have probably pitted Vesti. I probably wouldn't have pitted Felipe, but I would have gambled with Vesti. Now it's too late. By the time we get back out again into clean running, we're probably going to have 2 or 3 laps behind this safety car. By the time we get running again, we're going to have like 2-3 laps of actual racing, if that. Maybe 2 laps. So yeah, that would be suicide if we tried to do that. What I am going to do is bank a little bit of extra fuel, and I'm just going to push full battery, full fuel,
Safe fuel, safe fuel.
see what we can do.
Copy.
Maybe, just maybe, I can
4
actually
laps
get
to go.
Drugovich ahead of Bottas or Russell or Alonso. If I can get ahead one of them, that'd be amazing. I want to try and get Vesti up past Ocon and Norris. I've got better tyres than them. Been 3 safety cars, been 3 retirements. Each safety car was brought out by a car going in the barrier. Why are the Williams so far behind? Because they're shit. Basically. They're, I don't think they've brought any upgrades yet. And they're probably still running their first engine as well. We had a massive pace advantage over them at Monaco. We had a pace advantage at them over them at Barcelona when we brought our new floor in as well. There's Vesti. No, sorry, not Vesti, Felipe. That was Felipe just popping into the top of the shot. There he is. There's Vesti. Oh wow, safety car's coming in early.
Copy.
Much earlier than I was expecting it to.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Copy.
We can push more,
Okay.
and when we restart, overtaking will be from the control line.
Copy.
So we just need to push now.
Copy.
I saw a question pop up in the chat, but I'm sorry, I'm focused on this right now. I will get round to it in a minute. But these are 3 very, very important laps, and they will get my full attention. Right, I've already gapped Norris. Because it's so late in the race, this DRS might switch back on again at the end of this lap. I know it used to do that in the game. I don't know if that was an error or not. But it's been corrected. It's been a long time since I've had a late safety car like this.
Use energy.
Yeah.
Use energy if you need it, use energy.
Copy.
Go on, be brave on the brakes. Be brave. Ah, not quite. Alright, go around the outside then.
2 laps to go.
Copy.
Damn you, Bottas. Back to the inside. Bestie's having a go. Still can't get past Bottas. Ah. Everything you got, come on.
Pick up the pace a bit.
Okay.
Ah. Got no battery left with Felipe. Sorry, with Freddie. Here's Felipe. He's got him. He's got Bottas.
You're in a good place.
That's 8th place. 8th place?
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Happy to push.
This is it. Final lap.
DRS enabled. Last lap now. We think we can lean on the tyres more.
Okay, copy.
I don't know where to look. I'm just constantly flipping back and forth between my two drivers.
Use energy. Use energy. You can use energy.
Okay, copy.
Oh, he's going to get Ocon. That's 11th. Oh, can I get 10th place? Can I get 7th?
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Doing a good job, keep pushing.
Everything you got now, boys. Come on.
Do everything you can, mate.
Copy.
I just don't think I'm going to have enough pace to get Russell. Not without an overtake battery.
Rears are hot.
Okay, copy.
Yeah, no shit, rears are hot. I don't think I can get Norris either.
Copy.
I just didn't quite have enough battery. If I'd had one more lap into the safety car to get those batteries recharged, maybe I could have got Freddie up into 10th. But I don't think I'd have got... well, I might have got Felipe up into 8th. But wow, what a result. 8th and 11th. I am over the moon with that. That's our first points of the season. And I think, did we still get fastest lap, or did that get taken away from us? I think, I'm going to guess that Ricardo took fastest lap.
So,
No, we got fastest lap as well. We get another bonus point. That's 5 points. That puts us above Haas, I think. I think that puts us in 8th in the championship.
What an incredible outcome for Aston Martin's driver.
Oh, redemption. Redemption.
Today, Aston Martin demonstrated that they can go very far indeed.
You can see that the team runs like a well-oiled machine. Everything was precise and on point this weekend.
And as this race weekend comes to a close, the team is 8th in the constructor standings.
For the next round in Formula One, the teams are travelling to the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal.
Wow. That was awesome. 9 places gained for Felipe there. Up from 17th to 8th. Fastest lap as well. By quite a way. Sights at a 48.5. What did Ricardo do? His best was a 49.5. Yeah, we showed some real pace when we needed to get that fastest lap, and then we held it. Had anyone in front of us pitted for softs, we would not have kept that lap, but you know, we played the gamble with our strategy. We gambled to make the early switch onto mediums, and then the second safety car came out just at the right time for us to get onto our second set of mediums, and then that late safety car to bunch us back up enabled us to get another position for Freddie. Not quite enough to get him into 10th, but another position gain for Felipe to get extra points for the team, an extra 2 points. That was amazing, an amazing result, and it does feel all the sweeter for getting those points because we've had to work so hard to get them. You know, it's very easy to pick up points at Miami just with an upgrade. With Aston Martin, if you could change your driver lineup a bit, you put through a very good part. The way we've had to work this, yeah, it's been awesome. We finally have a driver into a point scoring position up to 12th. Freddie moves nowhere, he stays in 17th. But he's getting closer and closer and closer to actually getting a strong result. And there we are in the constructors. We do jump Haas by a point. Magnussen's crash took him out of contention. Schumacher never was in contention for points today. So we are now on for completing our objective, which is to finish 8th in the constructors. That feels so good. We get a development point for Freddie, who has an exceptional race. Damn right he does. 1.73 is multiplier, 1.72 for Felipe. Felipe also has an exceptional race again, damn right. 12 successful overtakes, 19 successful defences, 14 failed overtakes, 9 failed defences, 10 successful overtakes, 8 successful defences for Freddie, 28 failed overtakes, 9 failed defences. Good haul of points for both drivers there. We hit our performance incentives. We got the fastest lap. We got 225 grand for that. I'll happily take $250,000, which I wasn't expecting. Performance guarantees. We actually made our performance guarantee quite comfortably in the end. I said I'd get 1 car in the top 15, and we got 2 in the top 11. We actually managed to keep our finish position streak going, although I don't think we'll get 2 into 15th in the next race without another big dollop of help from safety cars. But in the end, yeah, 4.1 mil. That is very nice, and with the bonuses as well, we come out with just under 4.5 million. All right, what was the question? What are my thoughts on Qatar being a sprint weekend? We'll see. We'll see how it's going to go. I don't know how easy it's going to be to overtake at Qatar. The drivers really enjoyed the circuit. It was a bit rough on tyres. There were some punctures last time it was used, if I remember rightly, 2 years ago. Obviously, we didn't have one this year because of the World Cup. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it goes. We've only had one race there, and that was before the new regulations came in as well. So we'll have to see how the cars actually perform there. This is amazing. What a result. Amazing result for both drivers. Absolutely, guys. Yeah, this was phenomenal. So hard to, get this car into any kind of position that, is in the bottom half of the grid, the upper part of the bottom half of the grid, and to get one in the points and to get the fastest lap as well. Yeah, that is such a great feeling. It really is, and it means so much given the restrictions that we've self-imposed on, imposed on ourselves here. We've got another point for Freddie. We're going to put that into his braking. We've got to get that up to 80 before we start working on his other stats. We are very close to another point for Felipe. He just needs 82 points, and then he will get another point. Again, that will be straight into his braking. Yes, Colin. I saw about that earlier. Someone mentioned it earlier. I forget who it was. Might have been Anthony. Just scrolling back. Or was it you? It might have been you. It was you. Yeah, it's going to be on Sky now, but I don't have Sky, and I'm not paying for now, just for one documentary. So, a bit of a shame. Hopefully it will find its way onto other platforms at some point. I can feel the adrenaline pouring out of me now. We've got a point for Andrew. We can finally improve him a little bit. Let's see. We are working on, at the moment, I think front wing, rear wing, and side pods. Yes. So, what is going to be our next development? Let's take a look at our car. Where are we really weak? Yes, the brakes still need some work, so I think I might do another suspension upgrade after this. So do I go with suspension? He's at 16. Yeah, let's put a point into suspension for Andrew. There we go. No point for Alessandro. He is still away off his next point. Chris Cronin, a couple of weeks away. Ben is several weeks away yet. Okay. Let's take a look at spare parts. We do need a couple of new spare parts thanks to some crashing. No point doing a suspension now because we are planning to replace that one. Chassis, however, we do need to make another chassis. So let's go ahead and manufacture one of those. There we go, because it's going to be a little while before we get another chassis on the car. Anything else? We've only got 2 spare front wings, but we are working on new wings. They are 18 days away, so we should hopefully be okay through Canada. No need to rush those. We'll see if we can get through without breaking any more, or at least not breaking enough to force us to emergency manufacture any. So, what have we got facility-wise? Boardroom upgrades going through. Team Hub is being worked on. We've finished off the race sim. We're up to 13 mil. So I could go ahead and upgrade one of these. And I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with a CFD simulator. So this is it. This is the final upgrade that we can make in our car development facilities tab this year. We can't make any further upgrades in this section. But there we go. Facility-wise over here, don't need to worry about the hospitality. The weather's still a little bit broken, so there's no point really upgrading the weather centre yet. There's still a few races where it just doesn't work at all. Helipad is fine. Memorabilia room, no point. We haven't got any memorabilia to show off. We don't need to boost the team's morale. We don't need to make the team more attractive because we can't sign anybody for 2 seasons. Tour centre is fine. So, yeah, that's it. Let's go to our inbox. If the team aren't delighted with this, then I'm gonna... I don't know. I'm going to do horrible things to them. The board watched this race and wanted to congratulate you on exceeding our expectations brilliantly. Damn right. There is the post-race overview. Special mention to Aston Martin, who are meeting everyone's expectations. Meeting? Pfft. Beating everyone's expectations. Placing in 8th with 5 points. Ah, that feels so sweet. And there's the upgrade for our helipad. So let's skip time forwards. There are our new side pods. I'm going to go ahead and do those now before we end the stream, because I will forget to do them next week if I don't do them now. So let's go ahead and emergency manufacture 2 of those. And maybe that will give us a nice little improvement on the car. So it's going to give us little gains across the board. It's going to improve our DRS top speed a little bit, as well as our normal top speed and our acceleration. Let's look at car 1. It's not going to improve us ranking wise in any of those categories, but I don't care about that really. Just a little bit of an improvement is good. And let's go ahead and start that new suspension as well. So we want to work on brake cooling. And let's see if we can play about with this a little bit more as well. If I can maybe get some tweaks elsewhere. Okay, that's hurting my dirty air performance. Let's drop the airflow down a touch more. That'll give us a fraction more brake cooling and a little bit more improvement in our dirty air performance. Let's see if I can get away with maybe doing that. No, I'm just going to leave those where they were. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll go with 3 engineers. That will take 27 days. So that'll drop in for France. What if we rush it? If we rush it, it'll take 18 days, which will drop it in time for Austria, which is when we get our new rear wing. So yeah, we'll rush that. Get it in at the same time as our rear wing. Alright, there we go. What a great event tonight was. 5 points. We're off the board at last. I had to work so hard for it, and we had to take a huge dollop of luck as well from those safety cars, especially to get those extra 2 points at the end, getting Felipe up past Bottas into 8th place. There's no way we could have done that without that late safety car. Unfortunately, we couldn't capitalise on getting Freddie up into 10th. I think we probably needed one more lap, or certainly we needed more battery in the car to be able to do that. One more lap, we probably wouldn't have had the tyres to make the overtake anyway. But we had a good go. We had a damn good go at getting him in there as well, and almost made it. There's definitely a light at the end of the tunnel for this team now. We are now able to capitalise on opportunities when they are presented to us. We still don't have the pace to challenge for points without a little bit of helping hand from the safety cars, but we can at least capitalise on opportunities that present themselves, which is important. It's a nice little step in performance that we've made. Our drivers are slowly but surely getting better, and now that we have a fully upgraded race sim, we should see an improvement in how quickly they start developing as well. All the points we get for them this season until they reach 80 minimum are going in their braking stats, because that is probably the best way to improve someone's pace stat, is by boosting their braking. Then I'll start looking at cornering, and then after that I'll start looking at reactions, and then we'll see where we are once I've got a baseline of 80 across the board on each of those 3 stats. That's what we're aiming at in terms of their development over the next season and a half that's still to come. We'll see where we end up. But yeah, it's looking good, it's looking encouraging, and yeah, we are finally off the board. So tomorrow we'll be back with Haas, and I can't remember which race we're going to, but we'll be back with Haas tomorrow. I think it's Monaco tomorrow. I don't know. Or is it Silverstone? I don't know where we are. No, it's Silverstone, isn't it? Because we had the... no, wait. Tomorrow's Friday. We're back with Williams tomorrow. So tomorrow is race 2 of our season 3 campaign with Williams, with George Russell and returning defending champion Pierre Gasly. So yeah, make sure you join me for that again, starting at 10 p.m. UK time. So I will hope to see you then, and we'll be back with Haas on Monday. So until then, thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 Manager very soon.